out. If you ignite him, he's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets crushed real big, hits off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling this war, never getting bored, loves the blood and gore, always wanting more, feeding from the source.
What's up guys, Ryan here from Mud Gunner. Sorry it's a little windy out, but I don't have control of the weather. Today we're going to be talking about what is the best shotgun for home defense. Now I'm not talking brand specifically, but more or less what type of shotgun. Single shot, double barrel, pump action, or semi-auto. I had a couple cardboard targets out here, and again, the wind's not being very friendly, so we had to put holes in them as fast as we can. Got a little carried away and pulled one of the pump action shots. I went a little too fast here.
Did you get a picture next to it? Because that's hilarious.
I should. There we go. Good as new. He'll make it. Yeah, what is the best type of shotgun for home defense? I think there's two kind of obvious outs, and that'd probably be the single shot and the double barrel, because they're just pretty slow to reload, and I've never trained reloading those, so even with this on, you saw I was very slow, but I don't train that. I just had these bandoliers at home and I wanted to use them for something. And yeah, I think pump action and semi-auto is going to probably be the best way to go. We'll just kind of walk you through what it's like to own and shoot all these different types of shotguns. So we'll kind of start with the semi-auto because I kind of need to put some more holes on these guys before they blow away. But yeah, this is a Benelli M4. There's a lot of great semi-auto shotguns. Italians, I think, probably make it best. So you have the Beretta 1301 or the A300 or the Benelli M4. So with this, again, it's a semi-auto shotgun, and yeah, it's just a nice shotgun. It holds 7 plus 2, so 7 in the tube, plus 1 in the feeding tray, plus 1 in the chamber. It's called ghost loading. Not all shotguns can do it, but this one can. I'm not going to ghost load it, but the nice thing about a semi-auto is it's as fast as you can pull the trigger. Now, they don't all run birdshot as reliably, but that's all I'm shooting is birdshot, but they run buckshot just as well. But my issue with some semi-auto shotguns is they may not cycle the low brass stuff very reliably. And I actually had like feeding issues the first 200 rounds with this one because it just required a break-in period, whereas a single shot, double barrel, or pump action, they're not going to really require as much of a break-in period because you're not relying on the shell to cycle your gun. You're just relying on the pump action or opening it. I don't know how many put in there, but so yeah, we got it all loaded up now. Again, nice thing about semi-auto is it's as fast as you can pull the trigger. So let's put a couple more holes on these guys just to prevent them from blowing away. And I do have a Trijicon RMR on here. I'm running it on a sling. So the nice thing about a semi-auto is, I mean, it works kind of like a rifle, but you're shooting 12 gauge. So check this out. I say check this out, and then we have a jam. So like I said, semi-autos may not cycle all birdshot as well. Buckshot's going to be a little bit more reliable, but I don't mind showing you guys the issues. Dang, now I'm having issues. It would be as soon as I start talking to you guys about semi-autos. And this is actually going to kind of be something we're going into, is my thoughts on semi-autos. This is my only semi-auto. Again, it's a Benelli M4. It's not liking this ammo. I'm going to just burn through this, and then I'm going to load it with the ammo I just shot through it when I did this opening. All right, we're going to just change this ammo. I feel like these are suspenders, but they're 12 gauge. So I'm going to show you guys the issues I'm having. Again, it's not cycling. So I talked all this good stuff about it, now it's not running properly, but I'm going to just cycle this ammo out. All right, so it's all clear. I'm gonna go put the other ammo I was shooting in it and see if that runs a little better for you guys. All right, so the ammo I was just trying to shoot was this Winchester ammo. It's not the greatest ammo apparently, but the first ammo we were running through it that ran pretty good was this Federal ammo. So we're gonna try this again just to show you guys that it's actually a functioning shotgun. But we'll load up the tube. All right, so we got the tube loaded up, and I'm going to show you how to ghost load this real fast. So you're going to pull back just far enough to put a shell on the tray in there. So pull back right there. You're going to dip that shell onto the tray, And then we're gonna put another shell into the chamber. So now this gun has 7 in the tube, 1 on the tray, 1 in the chamber. So it's got 9 rounds in there. And let's go see if this runs more reliably. All right, so now we're gonna see if we can get that to run a little more reliably, but put it on fire. All right, let's put some holes on these guys. So again, just the right ammo. This ammo was not functioning properly, but I have shot a lot of birdshot through this, and it tends to run normally pretty reliably, but it's my first time running those shells. So the pros of a semi-auto, again, you are running semi-auto, so as fast as you can pull the trigger, it's gonna fire. The cons are it's gonna be more ammo picky because not all ammo is gonna cycle it properly. So one thing to think about, but as long as you find a round that seems to run pretty good, they can be workhorses. And Federal does make a lot of good stuff. I run a lot of Federal buckshot. So yeah, that's the pros of a semi-auto. This one's a little long. You can get like an 18-inch barrel semi-auto, but Benelli does a 14-inch short barrel shotgun. They're just a little pricey, but if you're looking for good semi-autos, Mossberg makes good ones, Remington, Benelli, Beretta. Those are probably some of the 4 main brands that I would recommend. I don't have a lot of experience with all these Turkish shotguns that are coming in, or the Chinese ones, so that'd be like your AR style, your AK style, all the bullpups. I don't have any experience shooting those, but I do like the Benelli. I just showed that it wasn't the most reliable with certain ammo, but with the right ammo, it is a great shotgun. So now let's show you guys the pump action shotgun. All right, so now we have the shotgun that's actually next to my bed all the time, and this is a Mossberg 500. It's the ATI Scorpion edition. So it's got ATI furniture on there, which is the adjustable stock. I like that it's flat dark earth, it's all polymer, it works pretty well. You have a top rail, heat shield. I'm running a red dot and a light on here. It's also got a side saddle. So this is what I actually keep next to my bed. I like pump actions because they're one of the most reliable shotguns consistently. And this should feed the ammo, no problem that we were just shooting through the Benelli. If it doesn't, that'd be a little embarrassing, but shouldn't have any issues with it. Pros of pump action is, again, you're using the pump to cycle the gun, so you really shouldn't have any issues feeding it. I have had crappy shells before that can cause like jams or whatnot, or if they kind of swell in the chamber. I've had that issue, so nothing is immune from feeding issues, but say overall they tend to be more reliable. So these are those same rounds that were just jamming up the Benelli. Let's shoot those. And this just popped out of here. These things aren't the greatest, but it looks cool. I'm just gonna kind of aim center because I don't want to cut them in half yet. So that ran like a dream. And again, it's just birdshot, so it's nothing crazy, but buckshot runs perfectly well through this. What I like about the pump action is it's proven. It is a very good design. Mossberg and Remington both make great shotguns. I own both Mossberg and Remington, so don't necessarily have a preference on those. I just like this one because, again, I have my red dot, I have a light, and then I have some shells on the side. I don't have any of my Remingtons that are all tactical like this, but this one's a nice bedside shotgun, and again, it's just the Mossberg 500. So yeah, I'd say pump action for me is my go-to just because of how proven they are, and they're relatively inexpensive because those Benelli shotguns, or the Italian shotguns in general, are about $1,000 to $2,000 depending on which one you buy. Decent semi-autos are anywhere from $600 to $1,000. So like if you buy a Mossberg or a Remington, those are over 500 bucks. So yeah, pump action, you can get a very nice pump action shotgun for well under $500. You can get used Mossbergs or Remingtons in like maybe even the 2 to 3 range. I have a bunch of police trade-ins from a few years ago that were like 200 bucks. I like those. I stash those all around the house. I actually have a police trade-in Remington with me, so I'll shoot that right now for you guys because that one's pretty sweet, and I only paid like 200 bucks for it 6 years ago. So this is my police trade-in Remington 870, or one of them because I have a couple. But again, this one's super cool. It's an 870 Magnum. You see, it's got probably a badge number engraved on the side right there, like hand engraved. It's got the number on here. Me and my dad each bought one of these. When they came into our store that I work at, we had a lot of 10 of them, so they were all numbered like 1 through 10. I think my dad has 7, and I just ended up with 5 because these were some of the cleaner ones. But yeah, it's a Remington 870 Magnum. I believe it's a 7-round tube. It's got iron sights on there, and this one's sweet. It'll shoot 3-inch Magnum shells. I also have a Wingmaster with wood furniture that only does 2 3/4 inch. But again, Remington makes great shotguns. I don't necessarily have a preference between them versus Mossberg. I like both pretty equally, and I'm not super experienced with shotguns, so I don't have like years on the platform running it all the time. I tend to shoot rifles a lot more than anything else, but I do enjoy shotguns. And they're one of those guns where if you're not a gun person, Like we have a lot of people that aren't gun people that just want a shotgun for their house. They'll buy it, shoot it once or twice, and then just leave it, because as long as you know how to use it, I mean, it's gonna work when you pick it up. So shotguns are very nice. They don't require a lot of shooting to maintain skill, in my opinion. But I mean, obviously the more you shoot, the better you're gonna get. And you see, I mean, this isn't that far, but for home defense, 12 gauge is probably one of the most devastating rounds. So here's my Remington. I'm just gonna shoot it kind of fast again. So you can shoot a pump action pretty fast. That was all just like right in the middle there. Yeah, it's very easy to control a shotgun. Now, recoil-wise, obviously they're more recoil than a handgun or a pistol, but you can manage it, especially if your life depends on it. 12 gauge is not terrible, and buckshot, like you can get 2 3/4 inch buckshot. It's not going to break your back. So, yeah, pump actions, in my opinion, are one of my favorites. Pump action is just such an iconic thing. Like that's anytime we hear shotgun, you picture this or the Mossberg. All right, so better than a single shot, but worse than a pump action, we have a double barrel or over-under shotgun. So this is an over-under. It's kind of like my version of the Olympia if you ever played Call of Duty, but this is just a Turkish over-under shotgun. It was cut down at some point. I didn't cut it, but someone cut it down. It's got a 19-inch barrel, so it kind of fits the home defense vibe a little more. Again, just 2 rounds, so loading is going to be kind of slow. It does not eject the shells, so you have to manually extract them yourself. But having 2 rounds, I think, is decent because, I mean, hopefully with a shotgun, if you make contact, I mean, it's pretty much done with buckshot. Birdshot, I would not use birdshot for home defense. But yeah, two rounds of 12 gauge can still be devastating. I'll kind of aim for like the pelvic area. And with that, there's no pumping, so it kind of works like a semi-auto, right? Like it's just 2 trigger pulls without anything to do, and then you have to reload. So manually extract, load 2 more. But you saw, I mean, that's birdshot, and it's very easy to control this too. So they basically go right where you want them. Just the loading and extracting of shells is slow. But there's nothing to do. Once you open it, you're recocking the hammers inside or the firing pins, so you're just ready to shoot again. That's it. So, and double barrels are cool too. I do have a double barrel shotgun at home. It's just mine is a long barrel double barrel. But those were the iconic ways of home defense, because that was before all the rifles and semi-autos and whatnot. It was either a double barrel or you had black powder, stuff like that. And honestly, at the time, again, shotguns are the most devastating. So yeah, you can sometimes get these less expensive than pump actions. So this is a Turkish shotgun. I think I paid like 150 bucks for it because it was already cut down. That devalues it, but it doesn't devalue it to me because I just use this as a fun gun. And then the last gun, the single shot, to show you how terrible that is. All right, so you might be thinking, Ryan, what in the Bubba Gump is going on here? Well, what we have is an H&R single shot 12 gauge that someone decided to cut a hole in the wood forend, attach a barrel clamp pick rail, and add a red dot on. I did not do that, but I give them props. And I bought this cheap. I think it was like $125. The pros with single shots is you can get them pretty inexpensive, sub $200 all day. The cons is you only get 1 round and you have to manually cock the hammer, where on the over-under or a double barrel, you don't normally have to cock the hammer. There are some double barrels where you have to manually cock them. I would not recommend that for home defense. But yeah, with this, pop it open, put your shell in there, you close it, and then you have to manually cock this back. Now the other downside with this is it's a very light shotgun, so you're gonna feel it more than the pump action or than the over-under. We'll aim this guy's pelvis right here. Red dot's all zeroed in and everything, just gotta turn it on. So you see, pretty easy to be accurate with, but I had to manually cock the hammer. But when I open it, it's gonna eject that shell. Boom. And that's pretty satisfying, I'm not gonna lie. So when you're loading it, just cock the hammer back, fire, and then boom, right over the shoulder. Did you get that? I can show you again. This one's gonna be a little bit spicier, don't know what it is, but let's try it. Other thing with these, if you fire really high power stuff, one time I was shooting a buckshot and I was holding right here, and when I fired the buckshot, the forend was in my handguard and then the gun was up here, because these do separate by friction. So if you're gonna fire heavy stuff, I would wrap your thumb around there so it doesn't separate on you. But I'm gonna eject the shell over my shoulder if you wanna come on this side. Ooh, that had more pop. So yeah, that's the single shot. And I have one more single shot to show you that you'll kind of enjoy. So this is another single shot that came into the store I work at, another Bubba Gump style shotgun. And what I enjoy about stuff like this is you have those people that just like, they see a vision for these guns. This was made off of a Kmart 151 shotgun. It's a Brazilian shotgun that's probably like 30, 40 years old. But look at how pretty they made it. They did like an OD green paint job on the receiver and metal, and then a tan on the wood. Like, this doesn't even feel like wood anymore. It feels synthetic, but it is still wood. It's hammer fired. The trigger guard is broken, but it's plastic, so I can't really do anything about that. But with this, I press right here and it opens. And this is the shotgun where I fired a buckshot through it one time, and I was holding it like this. And when I fired, my left hand was right here holding this, and this was right there. Because there was so much power in it, I held tight on the left hand, it went up. So when you shoot stuff like this with certain rounds, you're gonna wanna wrap your thumb around the barrel so it doesn't separate. But this is not the most practical shotgun. I just wanted to show you guys because it's funny. I am not shooting that one through it. Shoot. Gotta have a low brass on here somewhere. I don't know how I feel about these things. I mean, it seems to work okay, but yeah, these are like $5, $10, I think. They just came into our store. I feel like Rambo. But yeah, so this, close it, manually cock it, and this is kind of hip fire. I'm gonna try to put it like roughly right there, but this is hip fire. It's got no sight on there. Yeah. All right. So it's just kind of below. Oh, I guess it does eject it. I didn't realize that. I haven't shot this one in a minute. Do that again. This is low recoil. Sun's coming out. It does eject it. I didn't realize that. But yeah, that one's pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, let me know on your thoughts for your home defense shotgun. Again, I think I like pump as the perfect in-between of everything. I do enjoy my Benelli semi-auto, but yeah, I think pump is just the most affordable, easy way to do it. And you could stash shotguns in different rooms. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for my next video.